Hi, my name is Ginger Annis, Veteran Service Officer for Alexander County. Did you know there are approximately 850 World War II servicemen and women passing away each day? Each of these service personnel have a story about friendships, families, experiences, and achievements. The Veterans Service Office, in cooperation with the Alexander County Government Channel, will be hosting, in a series, several short stories shared by these courageous veterans. So sit back and enjoy our history, our heroes. Alexander County Veteran Service Officer, and today I'm joined by Luther Cline. He was a veteran of World War II. Mr. Cline, would you tell me a little bit about yourself? Where you were born, where you grew up?
I was born in Bethlehem area. Grew up there and decided I wanted to do something because all the brothers were gone, and so I done I don't know why you call it stupid or not, but I volunteered for the Navy. And I went in, and when I was 17, went to Camp Perry, Virginia. Took my boot training there. And from there I went to up in Boston. I can't even remember the name of the, anyway, went to Boston and took training for the ship, and then went from there back to Boston, got on the ship, went down to through the Panama Canal, and over to Pearl Harbor, and from there we went to different islands, Guam, and I guess that's about as far as I can remember back to till we got our ship got caught in a typhoon.
Oh dear.
And excuse me. The rest I don't won't remember.
Okay. Prior to going into the service, what was your occupation?
I worked in a hosier mill.
Okay. And at 17, I would hope that you weren't married before you went in the service.
No.
How long did you stay in the military?
Until 1946.
And that was how many years?
Almost 3 years.
And what was your highest rank that you attained?
Seaman first class.
And what ships were you assigned to? Do you remember the name of the ship?
USS Williams.
Okay. And what were your weapons, or what was your duty in the Navy?
I was on a 40 millimeter and the aircraft gun.
Okay. Did you make any friends when you were in the service?
Yes.
Do you still stay in touch with them today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember any of your superior officers, and if so, what makes them stand out in your mind?
Maybe I better not tell you that. I can remember the captain of the ship and a couple of the officers. But not anything to really make them stand out in my mind.
Okay. So none of them gave you too hard a time or anything like that?
No, we didn't have time for anything like that.
Okay. Can you tell us about any skirmishes or close calls that you were in?
No, the closest call was, like I said, that been caught in that typhoon. Mm-hmm. And the ship rolled over 90 degrees, and then a wave come and flipped us back up. It just almost capsized. Well, mm-hmm. But there's someone looking out after us. So.
Right. Now, when things like that would happen, I mean, did you have a life vest on, or they called like an emergency?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Did your unit ever come under attack when you were on the ship?
I can't remember all of. It did, but it was over in Guam.
Mm-hmm. What were your conditions like? Did you have a nice hot bed and all that kind of stuff?
We had a sort of a hammock-like, but it wasn't, and it was hot because
no air conditioning?
No, they didn't know what air conditioning was.
Mm-hmm. Now, you didn't have to, what they call hot bunk. You got up and somebody else got in your bed?
No, we had our own.
Okay.
Our own bunk each night. Well, a little hammock-like thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you have certain shifts that you worked, like from 7 to 3 or an 8-hour shift, and then you were off duty, or you just worked whenever you needed to and tried to rest whenever you could?
Yeah, you were on duty all the time. I mean, because of the conditions, you never know whatever might be attacked by a plane or something like that. So.
Right. What were some of the hardships that you faced when you were in the military?
Well, I didn't really think as much of a hardship back then. I volunteered, so any hardship was brought on myself.
Right. What made you choose the Navy? I've talked to a few of your brothers, and they were in the Army.
Well, I just always wanted to, be in the Navy, so I volunteered so I could get that branch of the service.
Okay. How did you handle being away from your home and family?
Well, didn't have much choice, and I asked for it, so I got it.
You just went with it, didn't
you?
Mm-hmm. Did faith play a part in your military service?
I think so.
And what did you do for fun or when you were on leave?
I never did have leave.
Okay. Did you receive any awards or medals or commendations for your time in service?
I've got a couple of, but I didn't bring a thing with me. I, wasn't expecting to, be interviewed today because I didn't know what, what the conditions might be, and so I got a chance to come with Leonard there, and I don't do a whole lot of driving. I told my wife, I said, next time I get my driver's license, I'm going to have your picture put on there with me. And she didn't think that's too funny, but she's 2 years younger than I am, so been married all this time and the same woman.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
We've got along good. Got a whole house full of grandkids and all that. So, and like I said, I got one over in Kuwait now, and several others that's in service.
So how many grandchildren do you have?
I don't have enough fingers and toes to count.
So you've done well with the family, huh?
Well, I'd say so.
Did you receive, or do you have any mementos and that kind of stuff of your time in service? You said that you just didn't bring any today.
Yes, I do have.
Okay.
But like I said, I didn't bring nothing because I didn't know I was going to be interviewed today.
And what's your occupation been since you left the military?
I started a machine shop back, I don't know how many years ago, and I ran that until I retired, and my 3 sons still run it. So right now the things are slow, and but they still keep the place going, keep it open. I was trying to think how many years that's been. I can't remember exactly when I did start the thing.
So you started a family business, and now your sons are keeping it going. Well, very good. Are you active in any of the local veterans organizations?
No.
And what advice would you give the youth of today regarding the military?
Well, they need to serve their country and be proud of the ones that did go. Where a lot of them don't seem to think too much about, what we all went through.
Right.
Yeah, I can't remember too much more about it other than I'm just glad to be here.
Well, we thank you for your service, and do you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
Not that I can think of. Probably a lot that I can't think of.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for talking to us today, and thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.